What's going on, movie fans? And I'm back for another review, and today I'm very excited to review The Killer. David Fincher is in my top 5 favorite directors. I think he's one of the best directors alive right now, and I personally believe that he has not made a bad movie. He's got a very good catalog of films that he's made, and I haven't really had a problem with them. Some of you might say, well, Alien 3 wasn't very good. Anyone's first film, I don't fault them on, because it was their first. They were just getting started. They probably had very little control on what they were doing, what they could do with the film, so I just don't fault directors on their first movies. So after Alien 3, I have not liked a David Fincher film. Fincher is one of the best when it comes to style and perfectly crafted films. He is seriously a perfectionist, a psychopath when it comes to making things perfect, and it shows. The Killer builds incredible tension in several scenes by throwing a curveball at the audience. Everyone expected him to kill his target because we've spent probably about 15 minutes waiting for him to kill this target, and the first thing he does is fail his mission. And for the rest of the movie, it's just showing him fail over and over and over again. Most movies with a hitman, they always succeed in their missions. This one took a different approach, which I appreciated. And we get to learn about him and see how his craft is and how he handles situations. This movie lets us know how boring it can be and how you can just wait days, even weeks for a target, being as prepared as you are. You sit here and wait for this target, you're prepared as you can possibly be. And then all it takes is 2 seconds to fail your mission that you've been prepared for days. Fincher does a great job with his sound work, his pacing, and pulling us into this story. But I thought the ending was not fitting for what we experienced in the first 2 acts of the film. I felt a screenplay rewrite would have strengthened this film because a lot of the movie is very exciting and intense. The ending, he kind of is just like, hey, I know you did this. And then the guy's like, oh no, actually it was an insurance policy thing. And I didn't mean to. I'm so sorry. Please don't kill me. And he's like, okay, well, I'm just letting you know I broke into here this easily. I can do it again and kill you. I wasn't a big fan of that. He wasn't merciful in the first 2 acts. He then kills the cab driver in the beginning who had less to do with the situation than the guy towards the ending. So I fault the movie on the 3rd act. The ending was very weak for what we got in the beginning. I wish they would have done a little more with it. And my other complaint was, even though I still like the film very, very much, I wish it didn't turn into a revenge story. I wish they would have stuck to the hitman stuff and they would have stuck to that storytelling, and we saw more of him going to the next mission. Failed the first mission, but he can't fail the next one. And then we see how he proceeds and makes up for his failure. But there's a lot of parts about this I liked. Obviously, I can't really compliment the cinematography. We're talking about David Fincher here. Anyone who has less than 20 experience in the business, it did not help him with this movie. I've heard he's a nightmare to work with. As much as I want to dog on him on that, his films speak for themselves. There's just no way to get irritated about how much of a perfectionist he is and how difficult he is to work with, because every time his movie comes out, it's worth all the trouble and the headache. That's how I'd take it if I worked with him. I do like some of the decisions he made by telling us after the action happened. There was a scene where there was this girl he was going to kill. She fell, and his whole mission was to kill her. He's got to get her out of the restaurant, away from everyone. She knows, and she's talking to him about how she's been prepared, and she knows she's going to die. And then she falls, and she's like, help a lady up. And he just pops her in the head. And then when she falls down, her hand opens up, and a knife comes out of her hand. And it was like, ooh. Didn't take much, but a little camera shot showing that. And we're like, oh, she was going to try and stab him and get away. And it showed that he didn't trust her, and he took her out, and he made a good decision. Obviously, the best part of the movie is that fight with that brute. That scene was intense. It is the best choreographed fight of the entire year. If you don't even want to watch this movie, just YouTube The Killer fight and just watch that scene. Holy crap, was it perfect. It's a great film. I highly recommend you watch it. You will not waste your time with this one. I'm going to grade The Killer an A-. Well, that's it for my Killer review, guys. I have more reviews coming up, and if you want to see what they are, hit that subscribe button, and I'll catch you movie fans on my next review. Thanks for watching.